This is on religion. Did you know that in the Old Testament there are 3 gods that are named, the pagan gods? Molech, Baal, and Ashtaroth. I believe Molech was the god of intellect, knowledge, and we've all heard the term knowledge is power. And then I think Baal, and I could have messed up. It could be Molech that's this, and Baal's the other one. Baal was the god of money, wealth, and Ashtaroth was the goddess. She's of pleasure, physical pleasure, and if we don't worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we're going to worship one of these 3. And if you say that to someone today, I don't worship Baal, I don't worship them, any of those 3. I have been guilty of worshiping Molech, the intellect, I like to learn, so I'm naturally drawn to things of that nature. Physical pleasure. I think we all know Ashtaroth, but maybe not by that name. She's later transliterated as Ishtar, by the way. And the peace symbol that was so popular in the 60s and is now making a comeback, and the whole, the 2 fingers up for peace, those are her signs. Look that up. It's we have, in the thousands of years of history that we have, we don't seem to go far from these 3 gods. And who doesn't worship money? Please, or the things you can buy with money. We are all going to worship something. And you have to choose. For me, it's not just a daily choice. It's almost a moment-to-moment choice, because I'm not as well disciplined as I should be, as I want to be. And I go after things. I get into my research, and it's not always researching things that are spiritual or from the Bible. And I get into stuff, and I get really blown up in my ego about things I've learned. So I have to watch that. That's not necessarily what God wants me doing. And I have to watch my ego and humble myself, because that's, pride cometh before the fall. And whether you believe in God or not, it happens to all of us. When we're at our highest is when we can fall the worst and the furthest. So we all need to be aware of that. And it's just kind of interesting that those 3 gods that are specifically named in the Bible, that we think that we're so much more advanced, we can do without any gods, that there is no God for a lot of people. And yet, they're going to be worshiping if they're not worshiping at Jesus' feet, they're going to be worshiping at one of these 3, or a combination of those 3. So I just thought that was kind of interesting as I'm on this trip. All these things are coming to my mind. I'm a little bored. I'm listening to an audiobook, but it's interesting, but not really holding my whole attention, as other things keep coming to my mind. I think it's the coffee. Anyway, who or what do you worship?